Hi folks, if you've been charged with misdemeanor theft, that is a theft in the 4th degree, and you find yourself in Huntsville Municipal Court, even if you're guilty, you may be able to avoid a conviction. How? Huntsville has what's called a diversionary program, and that program allows a person who is willing to accept responsibility for their actions to avoid a conviction by doing certain things, primarily going through a counseling program and paying some money. So let's talk about that. Who gets in? Well, the person who decides whether or not you or whoever it is we're talking about, the person who decides whether somebody gets in is the prosecutor and ultimately the judge. However, before you go to court, very often the probation office will look at the file for a person and determine whether they think that person is a good match, whether they fit. The person generally has, a person who is going to be admitted generally has either no or a very insignificant criminal record. They certainly don't have a prior conviction or even arrest for theft typically. But prosecutor will look at it, the probation officer will look at it, and of course your lawyer will talk to the prosecutor about the best way of resolving the case for you. If your lawyer can get you into the program, then they'll help you filling out the paperwork and the application. Of course, the lawyer will talk to the prosecutor to see if they can be persuaded to do so. Some cases it's easier, some cases it's harder. But if it's agreed, you'll fill out the application, you'll appear in front of the judge, and then you have to, this is going to sound strange, but you have to plead guilty. So you understand this and it doesn't sound weird. You're pleading guilty, but the judge is not going to accept that guilty plea. What the judge is going to say is, I see this as a diversionary plea, so even though you've pled guilty, I'm not entering a finding. I'm not going to find you guilty today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take your file, we're going to put it on the back burner, and you are going to participate in the program, hopefully successfully, and if you successfully complete the program, I will dismiss the charges against you, and the judge will dismiss them with prejudice, which in the context of this kind of matter, prejudice is a good thing, because what it means is that the state is prejudiced or prevented from bringing your case back ever. In other words, it's fully dead, not a little dead, it's dead. That's important because if you want to have your criminal record erased, and in Alabama the process is called an expungement, but if you want to have your record erased or expunged, if the case has been dismissed with prejudice, then 90 days from the dismissal you can begin that process. So what about the program itself? Let's assume somebody has applied for it and been accepted into the program. The program itself consists of three-hour consecutive sessions. In other words, it might be whatever, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like that, 3 hours each time, and you will have to pay some fees and costs and things like that. I don't know the exact amount, but it's in the neighborhood of $1,000. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, well, I'm poor, I don't have any money, that doesn't mean you're excluded from the program, but what it does mean is you would have to ask the judge if he's willing to waive all or some of the costs. That, of course, is up to the judge, but if you're an indigent person, you do want to ask the judge. Now, in kind of cases, we're happy to help you. The program that I'm talking about is one that is specific to Huntsville Municipal Court. There are diversionary programs all through the state of Alabama and for different kinds of crimes as well. However, the description that I've given here as to what you have to do and all of that is specific to Huntsville Municipal Court. If you're charged with theft and you're at Madison County, they do have a program. It's a little bit different program, and I probably have addressed that in another video. At any rate, I hope you found this to be informative and helpful. If you'd like our help, the phone number is below. Thank you for watching.